gracious me!
What is going on, guys? I'm here. Welcome to another video. Today we're going to take a look at the 95 rated team of the season, Joshua Kimmich. Got him in a red pick. Waited until today to do the video because I've seen the comments on various reviews that say that I ruined the road to glory by basically reviewing my red pick, so I left it a day afterwards. The reason I actually wanted to leave it a day as well, not just because of that, is because I wanted to test him before, and I know a lot of people are going to get annoyed with me here, but I wanted to test him before I threw him into an Icon SBC. So just in case you don't follow the road to glory, and we'll go through his stats in just a second, just in case you don't follow the road to glory, I have been working my way through the Moments Socrates, and we have one team left, the 87 rated team. I have a lot of coins in the club. It wouldn't be that difficult for me to go and buy the players needed to build up the rating. But Joshua Kimmich doesn't really serve that much of a purpose in my team. We've got the 94 Trent. I've got a 93 Alex Telles the other side. So as much as Kimmich on paper is a superior player to potentially both of them, there are a few things here or there that I wasn't happy with, his height being one of them initially. He's only 5'9", of course. He's got a low defensive work rate. I don't really attack with my fullbacks that often. I've been messing around with the tapping L1 or LB to send them on a run, and obviously to bring them short by using RB or R1, sorry. So that's you'll see evidence of that within the clips, I'm sure, when we get there. But I just basically wanted to test him. If he blew my mind, I would be keeping him, and of course then we try and make room for him. But unfortunately he doesn't really fit due to chemistry, so unfortunately, yeah, I kind of thought, well, he's probably going to end up in an SBC, but I wanted to test it first to see if he was actually any good. I mean, on paper, like I said, absolutely fantastic. Marking is 87, and that's literally the lowest defensive stat that he has. He's got 96 interceptions, 90 heading, 98 stand tackle, 96 slide tackle, some really nice physicals in there as well. I say that, right? He's got 95 jumping, which a lot of people will be like, oh, don't worry about the heading, he's got 95 jumping. No, that's not good enough, because it's the same with Moore, a defender, right? How many crosses do you concede when you have Moore or Cannavaro at the back? And you need to be honest with yourself, because I bet it's a lot. The taller the defender, right, regardless of jumping stat, the taller the defender, the better chance you have of defending the El Tornado crosses and the flick-up crosses and just crosses in general. So the fact that the back post meta is a thing, you kind of need your fullbacks to be tall, right? So someone like Halstenberg, who is 6'2" and extremely strong, would have a much better chance of defending a back post corner than a 5'9" Joshua Kimmich with only 78 strength. And it's not my opinion, it's just a fact in the game. That's just the way. That's why Van Dijk is one of the best defenders in the game. It's why everyone has Laurent Blanc. It's because they are 6'4" and they are more than capable of defending with these things. So despite the fact that he's got some insane defensive stats, he is a touch low on the strength. His composure is fantastic. His reactions are great. Ball control's great. In fact, going forward, he's actually one of the better. I mean, you could literally play him wherever you want. I wouldn't necessarily recommend to play him as a striker, but he is actually an 89 rated striker. I've got a shadow on him, which makes him far quicker. Puts the sprint speed and the acceleration right up there. As you can see, my team isn't exactly full chem. Ronaldo's off chem. Trent is out of position there at left back, but again, I didn't really want to. I mean, I could have maybe squeezed in Alex Telles there or something, but either way, I just sort of rearranged what I had. Best is actually off chem as well, but we are here to look at Joshua Kimmich and nothing else. The team will line up in a 4-2-2-2. I will go into a 4-2-3-1 if that isn't working. I'm kind of messing around with the two formations right now, trying to find which one I prefer. I think one is sort of more geared towards crosses. The other one kind of helps out a little bit more with first-time shots. The 4-2-2-2 being the first-time shot thing. So I'm sort of trying to mix it up between the two at the moment. Into the clips we go. And the main thing I noticed with him, right, is that he is very, very solid. My fault there that I'm running into my opponent, but he's just a very solid defender. That guy actually rage quit literally after he got a red card with one of his Belgian players because he was going for the objective. But just a very solid defender, no nonsense, very good on the ball. As you can see, I can rely on him here. I'm not forcing that to him. I'm sent Bale on a run, ball up and over the top. He's got himself 93 long passing and 99 short passing with 92 vision. So more than capable of lofting balls over the top for Bale to be running on the end of. And you'll see that I do that a lot. There we go. I've sent him on a run. Tried to give the ball to Bale. Bale gets it back to Kimmich. A little 1-2 here again with Roberto Firmino. And we decide to go the other way because Joshua Kimmich was being blocked off, basically. But the ball comes down the left-hand side. And it's a very similar player to Trent, to be honest, because Trent is pretty much how I'm using Joshua Kimmich there. So we get him down the flanks, and we manage to pop crosses in with them. Now, I don't normally do this in Weekend League. As you can see, I've sent him on a run there again with Gareth Bale, and he goes round the outside, cuts back on it, looks for the cross, plays actually a pretty good ball in. Ronaldo can't get enough power behind it. But I was very impressed with Joshua Kimmich throughout the entire review. There wasn't really that many things I could say that I didn't like about him. The height, to be fair, now and again, I think once he cost me a goal from a cross, where he jumped, but it was half-hearted. Like, he was in a great position, and he just half-heartedly jumped because he was up against someone who was far taller. Can't remember who it was. It might have been Lukaku or something for the Belgian weekly objective. But either way, he was never going to win the header, and that is something that unfortunately Kimmich is always going to struggle with. Now, I'm not saying, Trent is always going to win the headers because he's a couple of inches taller. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that Trent fits into my team better, and I'm a Liverpool fan, so I've kind of got a bit more sort of a biased opinion towards him. I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying I would prefer to have Trent than I would Kimmich in my team. But is he a better player? Not really. They're probably about the same, to be honest. Kimmich is a very, very good card for bringing on as a super sub. Now, I only did this once. As you can see, his ball control is impeccable. His pass is very good down to the Gareth Bale there, and we play it inside in the end. I don't think it comes to anything in the end here from, I think Gerrard has a pot shot, but he's very good at getting the ball up the line and feeding the winger. So if you are indeed needing facilitators for crosses, etc., and he likes to come back and defend despite having a low defensive work rate as well, I've noticed that. You can send him on a run if you want. I've got him on stay back while attacking. That might be the reason why. So what happens is I'll send him on a run by clicking LB or L1 like I have done there. He goes on a run, not that time utilised, but now he's inside, and we can utilise his passing, his positioning, positional awareness, really, because he's got 97 attack positioning, which I find to be quite impressive. But I suppose, looking at the negatives, the height obviously being the main negative, you can't really escape it. And someone like, I was talking about earlier, Halstenberg, someone like him being 6'2" is a far better player to sort of combat the back post meta, but even he is going to struggle because attackers favourably win the ball. I don't know why that was given as a foul, but attackers favourably win the ball over defenders. It's always been a thing in FIFA 19, no matter how many patches they've thrown at it. It's just a fact, right? So even if you've got the tallest player possible, you are still going to lose out. Not every time, but you are still going to lose out now and again to back post headers. So should you be worried about it? I don't think so. And in terms of the low defensive work rate, a lot of people would be put off by that. And again, if you put them to stay back while attacking, you can send them on runs and they are more than happy to just bomb forward. But because they're on stay back while attacking, they come back, you know. So it's not a problem for me personally. I didn't really feel his work rate to be an issue. Now, that was over, 8-9 games? It's a different story over 30, 40 in a full weekend league. You could end up having a difference of opinion to me in terms of the work rates, and that's why in the negative we have work rates ? Because it might be an issue, it might not. If you like your fullbacks to overlap, this guy is a dream. The issue with it is if you have him on overlap and don't have him on stay back while attacking, I dread to think what would happen. I honestly don't think he'd come back at all. As far as a super sub is concerned, and I know this is like, hang on, a 95 rated player to bring on as a super sub, are you drunk? If you've got him as a red pick and he doesn't fit into your team, maybe you're not working towards any SBCs, maybe you just don't do SBCs. There are some crazy people like that out there. Then, yeah, this guy as a super sub is phenomenal. And if I had my way, I would keep him. Unfortunately, he has to go because I desperately need Socrates for the weekend, and I don't want to go out and buy, or spend 150, 200,000 coins on players that would make up the rating instead of Kimmich. So we're just going to lob Kimmich into the SBC and say thank you for your service, but goodbye. All in all, I would say that he's a very good right back. It's just if you're looking for that, the next best thing, you're probably not going to want to get him because of his height and because of his strength and because of his work rates as well. I would say that there are definitely better right backs out there with a little bit more height to them, a little bit more strength to them. There is another team of the season on the way, of course, so you never know what that's going to bring. But if you have packed him untradeable, whether it be in a player pick or not, then as a super sub, this guy is absolutely phenomenal. Such a well-rounded card. You can literally bring him on anywhere, and he would do a better than adequate job. Under 300k right now, and that is a pretty good price for what is a fantastic card, but just doesn't quite fit the meta, or counter meta, should I say. If you have enjoyed the player review, do me a favour, smack that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.